Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and it is time, guys, for another monthly update video. We are done with the month of April. That's behind us. We're moving on to the month of May, and by golly, there's a lot to talk about with May. May is a pretty big month, right? Because for you youngsters out there who are still in school, you know that this is the last real month of the year, right? You're going to be in summer pretty soon. And as we get ready to go into summer, there's some stuff happening to the channel, some new stuff that's going to be coming in terms of content, some stuff that's going to be going away. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Before we begin, though, I want to tell you guys a little secret. Well, not really a secret. A lot of you already know it, but it's important that you know it all the same because I say it at the beginning of all my monthly update videos. This channel is primarily sponsored by you guys. I work a couple jobs, guys. I work as a substitute teacher. I work at a steakhouse restaurant. I'm training to go into teaching overseas. It's a lot of stuff. And to be able to continue to make new stuff for the channel, it does help if you guys help me out financially. And there are lots of ways you can do it. Obviously, you can subscribe to the channel. You can donate via Super Chat. You can watch the ads on videos. Those are all good ways to do it. But a couple other ways to do it, if you want to be a little bit more direct, is you can become a patron over at Patreon, where you can donate up to $1 a month at the very least, and even that, as small as it sounds, does mean a great deal to me, and it would help me out in a big way. A link to that will be in the description. You can also go to my Teespring store. The link will be in the description for that too. There's some awesome stuff there, some really cool merchandise with some great designs on it, drawn by some really good friends of mine who I'll be talking about in a second. So if you want to go get some really cool merch or help me out just by giving some money to the channel, go check those links out. They will both be in the description. Any donation you offer is always appreciated, and it means the world to me. Thank you guys so much. And now, let me introduce my friends. My artist buddies, Hannah and Jay. Hannah and I have known each other for years at this point, for a very long time. She's a wonderful artist. She has grown so much as an artist since I met her, and she is a lot of fun to work with. She's one of the most passionate people I know in terms of creating really meaningful, good art. We have this kind of joke running between each other where she draws me as a girl all the time. I have a lot of people ask, Raven, why are there so many female pictures of you? You can thank Hannah for that. She prefers to draw me as a girl because, for one, she likes drawing women more, and two, it's a joke between us. And if you want to know more about that, watch a previous video where I answer that question in more detail. But Hannah doesn't just draw me as a girl. She draws so many other things. She drew the Raven Lord chibi characters. She's drawn a lot of really good chibis for other stories. She draws some just fantastic work. She was the one who designed the female Raven Lord. She's just all around awesome. If you haven't seen her work, you've been seeing it now scrolling across the screen. I've been kind of giving you some samples. Go check out her Instagram. That link will be in the description. I think she does do commissions right now. Go talk to her about pricing and we'll see what we can do. But Hannah, thank you so much for what you do. And now, Jay. Jay is not only a really good friend of mine, but he's also my accountability partner. And what that is we're both Christians. And whenever we have a problem, like in terms of our faith, like if there's an issue or if we have a concern, we often go to each other to talk it out. He's one of the strongest men my age who in the faith that I've ever met. And beyond that, he's also a fantastic artist, a professional comic artist. He's drawn some actual comic books that he has published and sent out. He's actually sending me his most recent book to take a look at. He's fantastic. We've done a couple stories together, including Nomad and Troy and Frost. This guy is incredible. Not only is he a great artist, he's just a wonderful person to talk to. He's gone through some tough times, guys, so any commissions he will definitely take. Contact him. His Instagram is in the description. Go talk to Jay. See what you can do for him. He really is worth it. Hannah, Jay, you both are two of the best friends I could ever ask for. Not just because you draw me art, but because you're always there for me when I really need you to. I can't thank you both enough. I know that I always mention you guys at the beginning of these videos, but I want you to know it means the world to me that y'all are my friends through these difficult times. So thank you both so much. And all of you out there who are not Hannah and Jay, give them some love. Even if you don't commission them, let them know on Instagram that you really like their work and that Raven sent you. All right? All right. Chill out of the way. All that introduction stuff out of the way. All right, let's get started. Okay, so personal stuff. What is going on in the world of the Raven Lord? What the heck is going on in the Raven Knight's world, right? Well, let's start with the big announcement. As of last month, as of April, we reached 30,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Guys, I've said it before and I'll say it again. When I started this channel, I didn't think I would reach 1,000. And then when I got to 1,000, I said, okay, but we're definitely not going to get 10,000. We got to 10,000. And then I said, okay, that's it. We're not getting any higher than this. We're not going to see 30,000. Here we are. We have hit 30,000. It is such a cool milestone to reach. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I know you guys always say, oh man, you make such good content. It doesn't matter if I make good content. It requires a fan base who is loyal, who continues to grow, and continues to watch my work. You guys are the reason I got here. Thank you so much. Now, Lark and I are talking about ways to celebrate. We have a few options, and I'll list them out here. We could do a Q&A session. Those are always fun. Give you guys the chance to ask some cool questions to us. But if you'd rather see us play something, we have a few options. We could do Halo Reach. We are willing to play Halo Reach on a stream. We could play the full gameplay of Sly Cooper or the full gameplay of Mass Effect. Now, granted, we couldn't do all that at once. We would have to break that up across a couple days, I think. But we would try to play Sly Cooper and Mass Effect for you guys. We could do a Fallout 4 playthrough, because we've had some requests for that. Lark could try, emphasis on try, to get Total War working for a stream. The problem with Total War is it eats up so much power on his computer, I'm not sure we'd be able to stream it at the same time as play it, but we're willing to try it. And if you just want something brand new, we're willing to download Warhammer Darktide. I know it's gotten some mixed reviews, but hey, it's 30k subs, maybe Warhammer 30k. Okay, Darktide takes place in 40k, but you know what I mean. So, hey, that's a thought. So what would y'all like to see us do for 30,000 subscribers? Let us know, and we'll think about doing it. But those are some options we just laid out. Let us know what you think. Also, as I said before, last month of school, guys. And for me and Lark, as a teacher and substitute teacher respectively, that means a lot of exams. Now, I spend a lot of time during my substitute teaching writing scripts and stories during class because I really don't have anything to do otherwise because I'm mostly just babysitting. I even test myself sometimes by writing prompts and that are given to me by my friends, like my friends Hannah, Aaron, or Jay may say, hey, try writing this, and I'll see if I can write it. So I have fun. I've actually done 5 different prompts so far, so it's been a lot of fun. And the kids are jerks. I mean, the kids are jerks. I don't like dealing with them. I really, really don't. So pray for us as we continue this last month of school, and we get ready for the summer. Now, when summer does come, because at the end of May, we'll be going into summer, things will still be hectic because we're going to be spending some time with family, and then I'm going to be jumping into Longhorns work again, and Lark is going to be trying to do some work on the side. We got a lot of stuff going on. But I've got some bad news too. I mean, all that's pretty good and neutral stuff, right? But I did need to tell y'all this. There has been a slight setback for the trip to Asia. For those of you who don't know, my goal is to become an English teacher in Japan. I'm going through the TEFL certification to be able to do that. There's been a holdup because of taxes this last month. They hurt my finances pretty bad. So I'm having to work back up the money I need to continue paying for the TEFL certification. Y'all's donations to me through the channel have been a big help for that, and again, I want to thank you guys for that. But yeah, that's going to be set back probably a little while. But I haven't given up hope on it. I'm still going to be pushing for it, but yeah, taxes suck, right? They always do. In terms of other stuff going on, I've actually been doing this cool diet program. It's kind of been going well for me. My goal is to lose 20 pounds, and I've already lost 10 of those, so I'm halfway there. So having some fun with that. That's a unique thing. And also Mother's Day is coming up. For Mother's Day, we'll be going home to visit Mom, most likely. And we may do something fun for Mother's Day. I don't know what, but we'll see. But in other things, that's what that is personally. That's what's going on in the world of Raven. Frustrated with school. Both Lark and I are ready for this school year to be done. I know y'all are probably ready for it to be done too. But other than that, things are going all right. A lot better than last month. Remember last month? I was just worn out, guys. I was having a miserable time. But things have actually been looking up. It looks like things are going a little bit better for us. Thank you guys so much for your prayer, your support. It means the world to us. All right. Done with the personal stuff, done with the sappy stuff. Let's get into what you want to this is what you really want to hear about, guys. This is why you came, right? You want to hear about games, right? All right. So let's start with For Honor. The second half of Season 1 has started, and Test Your Mettl's a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that. Test of Mettle has been a resounding success. I've had a blast playing it. Most of the people I've been talking to have had a blast playing it. Most of the content creators I've seen have had a blast playing it. So far, the second half of Season 1 starting off pretty strong, so that's going well. Now, the Versus series. I said that I was considering doing a series where I basically take different For Honor characters and match them up and talk about who would win in a realistic fight. I have had mixed responses about this idea. Some have said that I should go for it. Some have said that I should not. And some have said that if I do this, I have to do it without talking about weapons and armor. I don't know how on earth I would do that. So I'm a little bit conflicted about whether or not I do this. So let me think about it a little while longer and we'll see if I do it. Executions graded. Highlander is next. Highlander is next to go. We're going through all the hybrids. Highlander is next. And then after that, we'll see. Let me go ahead and answer this question. Let me go ahead and answer this question right now. Okay? Y'all listening? Open your ears, like clean them out, clean the wax out. Make sure that you're able to hear everything, right? Okay? You hear? Okay. We ready? All right. I don't want anyone to miss this. I will grade the universal executions after I finish the unique executions. I beg of you, stop asking. Every single video I release now, at least someone asks, hey, Raven, are you going to grade the universal executions? The answer is yes, I will grade the universal executions. Oh my gosh, it's just become kind of comical now. Literally, I will release a video that has nothing to do with the executions graded, and then I'll get a comment. Hey Raven, you gonna do the universal executions? Yes, I will do that. Yes, I'll do them. Okay. All right, moving on from that. For Honor Legends, I know that those take a lot longer to do right now. I am very sorry for that. I really am. I've been working on other projects, and I've just been a little bit creatively dead, so I apologize for that. Those will happen. I'm finishing up the Tiandi Legend video. I'm working on that. I just need to get that done, right? I just need to buckle down and get it done. Give me a bit more time on that. And For Honor and Glory is now fixed. I'm working on it again. I fixed the major problem. Things are about to get crazy, okay? Lark and I have been discussing this for a while. We have ideas. We know what's going to happen. It's going to be nuts. I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to be writing that very soon. Before we move on from For Honor, one more thing I want to ask. Do I need to stay in my lane? And what I mean by that is this. I released a video some time ago about Nusha and why I think that Nusha is objectively the weakest character in For Honor. And I have had people come to me to tell me I need to stick to history and fanfiction videos rather than talk about the mechanics or gameplay, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, granted, I'm going to say this. Granted, I think there's some truth to that. I don't know as much about the mechanics or gameplay as others, and I fully admit it. But should I avoid talking about those things altogether? That's a question I want to know. Would you like to see me do more videos where I talk about stuff like Nusha being the weakest? Just let me know. I'd love your thoughts on that. All right. With that out of the way, let's move on to the next game on the docket, Dead by Daylight. Y'all might have noticed I'm trying to do more of those videos where I can. Huntress will be next in the Dead by Daylight analysis series. And then I noticed that the next season after that is Leatherface. Now, Leatherface came out without any survivors, so I'll probably be doing a video on the Cannibal after the Huntress, and then we'll do a Survivor after the Cannibal, because I'm trying to do them in order. I know that I try to do Killer, Survivor, but in this case, I may need to break convention and do Killer again. We'll have to see. I also want to say this. Please know that when it comes to Dead by Daylight, I'm not a true expert of the game, and I find more entertainment in talking about the lore behind the game than I do the mechanics. If I ever get into the mechanics or strategies and I get something wrong, please let me know. So there is that. I've had a few people go into the comments and let me know, hey, you got this wrong. That's fine. I don't mind you correcting me, because it's something that I really don't know about. So expect more into the coming month. All right, next up, Dead Island 2. Some of you noticed that I did a stream on Dead Island 2. Will I do more? I want to do more, but YouTube demonetized my last one that I did because of how graphic it was. So if I do another stream of it, I'm going to need some help from you guys on that front. And the way you can help was mentioned at the beginning of the video. So consider that. All right, next, Assassin's Creed Ranked. I don't want to. I'm having too much fun doing For Honor and Dead by Daylight and Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not feeling Assassin's Creed right now, especially with the way it's been going. But, with that said, Lark is offering to work on it if I can't. I haven't decided if I'll pass it to him yet. But we aren't giving up the series. It's just taking a while because we got to get motivated. So, tell you what, Lark and I will talk about it, and when Lark finishes his NCR video, we will both work on it hardcore, okay? But he's working on the NCR video, which is what we're going to talk about right now. Lark's Lamentations. Lark is working on the NCR video. Unfortunately, Vegas did give him some trouble starting out, so he lost some of his save files, but he seems to have gotten it back, or at least he's working his way back. So NCR is being worked on. Please be patient with him. He's doing the best he can. We're going to get that out to you as soon as we can. Hopefully, we can try to get it out next month in May. We're going to try to, but no promises. We'll just see what happens. All right, next up, Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I'm releasing a video soon talking about that. I've beaten the game. Boy, howdy, am I glad I finally beat the game. There's a lot I want to talk about with it. Expect a video coming out next month talking about Wolong. It's going to be cool. Next, Rainbow Six Cringe and Win. All right. I have been having far more fun making those videos than I ever would have thought. I was scared to, because Rainbow Six Siege is not my best game. I'm not great at it. But exploring the lore of the characters has been very entertaining for me. Talking about their lore, exploring their weapons, their strategies, their gadgets. It's been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying it. I hope you guys have too. Please let me know in the comments. Do you guys enjoy that series? I really want to know your thoughts. For those of you who want to know who's coming next, Valkyrie is up next. I'll be doing Valkyrie next. And because he's been requested a lot, after Valkyrie, I'll do Montaigne. I'm a little surprised he's been requested so much, but yeah, Montaigne I will do next. So let me know, guys. Do y'all enjoy the series? Are y'all looking forward to the next one? I really want to know your thoughts. Thank you so much. Let me know. Okay. And now on to writing and story sharing and all that stuff. All right. I'm a little sad to say this. This is kind of the bad news moment. Story sharing will probably be going away, at least for the time being. It's not that I don't have more stories to talk about. It's that I've had a few people come to me and say, hey, Raven, you might want to think about taking away or ending some of your other series just so that you have more time to work on the stuff that gets really popular. And I agree with that. So I was looking at the series that gets the least amount of attention, and story sharing, Death Diary, Troy and Frost, all of my writing stuff, all of the ones where I'm telling stories or talking about stories, those get the least amount of views out of everything. And it's disheartening to me, because writing is my life. I just feel like not as many people who watch me share that passion. So like I said, this is sad, but I'm going to probably be canceling most of those promises. The Audible stories that I do, Troy and Frost, Nomad, Revenant King, all those will probably be discontinued, or at the very least on hiatus. It's not that I don't want to continue them. I do, with all my heart, I do. But at the same time, like I told you at the beginning, money's tight, and I need to be releasing stuff that y'all are going to enjoy so that y'all will continue watching and it will continue to be beneficial to both of us. If I waste too much time making videos that no one's going to watch, then I've wasted time and y'all aren't engaged. No one wins in that situation. So for that reason, most of those are probably going to go away for a while. I will continue For Honor and Glory, and I will continue Death's Diary. Those are the two that I know I will continue, mostly because Death's Diary is important to my family as well as to me. So that will be continuing. They just need more viewership, and they don't get it. I'm sorry if y'all enjoy my writing. I get it. I understand, and I'm sorry if this disappoints you, but that is the way it's going to have to be. Raven's Writing Room will continue as well, but sparingly. It just doesn't get the views. I'm sorry. It's disappointing to me too. Y'all aren't nearly as disappointed as I am. I guarantee it. I am broken even saying this stuff, but I had to think about it for a while. I meditated on it for a while. I prayed on it for a while. There's nothing else for it. I love writing. It is my life. It is what I do. But hey, if people aren't invested in it, that's the way it is. All right. Response videos. As always, let me know if you find any good stuff to respond to. I have a whole channel on Discord called Video Topics. Send me your topics. Send me articles. Send me videos. Send me cringe material. I'll see if I can make a video out of it, because I love making response videos. Those are a lot of fun to work on. Lark and I love working on them. So let us know if you have any. All right. Warhammer. I still enjoy Warhammer. I've even been reading a book on Lionel Johnson's return. It's been very fun. But as I said in my last update video, and I'll repeat it here, I'm not going to make any more content about it. I've been criticized too often for simply not knowing what I'm talking about. I mentioned this in my previous stream, but I want to say it very clearly. I love Warhammer as a hobby, But each time I've made content regarding it, someone has been there to say, you really don't know what you're talking about. You need to watch these other people like Luton or Major Kill or someone else. And I always say, like, okay, maybe I need to back off. Maybe this is not something I need to be making content on if I'm not more well versed in it. So that's why I'm backing off on that. So that's done with the bad news section. All that was the bad news. Okay, we're done with that. We're moving on to happier stuff, and we're about to wrap up this video. But before we go, guys, you know what time it is. Do the jingle.
I've seen unspeakable horrors, and I know pain. It's time for the question of the day.
That's right, guys. It's question of the day time. It's time for us to answer today's question of the day. I love doing this series, man. I love the question of the day. It's my favorite part of the video because I get to answer your questions in lengthy, very fun ways. Okay, so what's today's question? Let's see. Dear Raven, that's me. Raven, how do you write stories and why? That's a good question. That's actually a very good question. Well, usually how I write is I start by going for a walk. And it just comes to me. I know that sounds really weird, but it's true. I write because it is my passion. For as long as I can remember, I've loved telling stories and creating new worlds and characters. I love to build new ideas, worlds, and prospects. When I listen to music, I just disappear into worlds and scenes of my own creation. When I go for walks, when I go for runs, I'm motivated and thinking about things in my head. My head is always busy creating new ideas and worlds. Battle scenes, romance scenes, thrilling action moments, inspiring and hopeful takes. And so I want to put these ideas to paper to share the creations of my head with others. It is what I adore. I'm that guy who sees a universe of stars and planets with a single weary warrior walking a lonely and long path towards a horizon, and I shed a tear at the sight. I am that level of hopeless romantic. I am that loser who, while everyone else was running around kicking a soccer ball or throwing footballs back and forth or talking NASCAR or talking about that kind of stuff, I was that dude who would sit there at a desk writing fantasy stories. And then someone would lean over my shoulder and go, hey, man, what you working on? And I'd go, oh, you know, a story. You want to read it? Not really. Oh, okay. That was me. I was that nerd, you know. In middle school, I drew little short comic strips because I wanted to make superhero stories. And then when I kept getting caught drawing in class, I started writing stories because, hey, they're not going to catch you if you're writing. They're going to think, oh, he's taking notes. Man, he's really studious about those notes. In fact, it looks like he's writing more on his paper than I wrote on the board. How is he doing that? But what they don't know is I'm actually writing about a really gripping scene of a superhero running in to stop the bad guy from killing his girlfriend. And I'm crazy like that. I'm just crazy like that. It's what I love to do. That's why what I told you earlier was all bad news, you know, because I love writing so much. I love storytelling more than anything. Now, how I write is pretty weird, and I can't truly say I fully understand how it happens. I can meditate for a long time on a scene or a character, and then slowly a story just spawns from it. I'll give you an example of what I mean, and I'll probably, if I do another story sharing, it will be the last one I do for a while. Submerged. Submerged is this story that I wrote. Literally how it started was I was walking a beach, right? And I looked out at the water and I thought to myself, you know, aliens always abduct us into space. But if the ocean is so undiscovered, how come aliens never abduct us into the water? You might think to yourself, Raven, were you high at the time? No, I was in high school. I wasn't high. I've never done drugs. I was just a kid. And then you might think, okay, Raven, where did that ludicrous thought come from? I don't know. It just came to me. But then that thought progressed into another thought. Wait, aliens don't live underwater. But they may live on a planet that's covered in water. And then I thought, what if an alien abducted someone to their water planet? And then that went from that thought to this thought. What if when he gets abducted there, it's not so that they can experiment on him, but because they think that he holds the key to their salvation, like maybe humanity could save them somehow. And thus, more questions and more questions and more questions. And then from there, I started listening to music to try to get me in the mood to kind of think about ideas for scenes and ideas for like moments in the story. And soon I was crafting whole cinematic moments for the story to take place. And thus, I made the story Submerged. The story of a young man named Joseph who is kidnapped by aliens and taken to a world called Ocean, which is a world of completely submerged by water. And to keep this human boy alive, they give him this collar that allows him to breathe underwater. And at first they torture him for information because the Oceans hate humans because they're air breathers and they hate all air breathers. But it turns out that they need his help because, you know, on Ocean, they have this deadly fungus called the Kayakshi fungus, which is killing the people. But for some reason, the Kayakshi fungus exists on Earth, but humans aren't affected by it, and they want to know why. And so they're trying to find out the truth, and Joseph has to decide if he wants to help them after all the horrible things they did to him. All of that just from asking a stupid question while walking a beach. That is how I build a story. The Tale of Tamaki, a fan fiction story. What happened there? I literally thought, you know, I like the story of Goku from Dragon Ball. What if I could do it different? And so I built something different, and that gave birth to Tamaki. The story of Nomad. Literally the story of Nomad started with this. My buddy Jay sends me a picture that he drew some time ago and says, hey man, you see this picture? I don't know anything about it. Could you make a story out of it? So I built a story out of it. I made a short story. And he liked it so much he said, oh dude, hold on, let me draw another picture. Could you do a sequel where this guy's the villain? Okay. You want to just keep doing this? Sure. So we just kept going. And now we finished that story. Oichi Taiga, from Shogun of Crime. My story, Shogun of Crime. Literally, I said, what if I told the whole history of Oda Nobunaga from start to finish, but it's in a modern day setting with a crime boss? Like it's a criminal underworld instead of feudal Japan. I can't always explain where my ideas come from, but they come all the time. They come to me somehow, in some way, and they often come when I least expect it. Because I'll just be sitting there and I'll just go, hey, weird thought. Lark can attest to this. There are times I go, hey, Lark, have you ever thought about if this happened? And Lark will look at me and go, no, but I'm pretty damn sure you'll write it. And I'll go, yeah. So that's kind of how I write. I know that's not what y'all wanted to hear, but that's the truth. Anyway, I think that about wraps everything up. This was a great update video. I'm really excited for what's coming in May. Again, just a reminder, all the links to Jay and Hannah's Instagrams are in description, and also the links to the Patreon and Teespring page. Don't forget, any support you can offer really helps out the channel and me, and allows me to continue making really cool content. Looking forward to what's coming to the channel in this next month, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.